Hello, this is Jerry, JC Seiji, and welcome to my channel, and happy Mother's Day. And I'm kind of decided to do a special video on my mom. My mother died, hard to believe, 16 years ago. She came down with dementia. And it took her out in about 5 years after she was put into a home. And anyhow, but what I want to talk about my mother, since this is Mother's Day, is the things and characteristics that she had that provide inspiration to my perspective. Okay. So, you gotta remember that when she was born, it's like 1922, in winter time, and this was in Oklahoma. Probably snow on the ground, cold, and what have you. No highways. They had a dirt road in front of the house, out in the middle of nowhere, on a farm. She was born at home. And she was one of like 11 kids born to a lady who married a young Muskogee Nation man. And so her life when she grew up, it was entirely alien to what we know today, with all our conveniences and what have you. But eventually she came up to California with her new husband, and they developed a life together here. And the idea that first and most foremost characteristic that I get from her is resilience, the strength she's shown in dealing with the type of life she grew up under, and being able to handle the trip across the country. And in those days, bigotry was normal. Okay, it was normal. So people who were different were looked down on or regarded as less than dirt. Okay, so that's just the way it was. Can't really say anything about it. But she dealt with that, especially when she got to California. It's worse out here. Back where she grew up, everybody was about the same. But here, she was regarded as alien. Okay. It took a while, but eventually they got religion, joined the church, and that made a big difference. And but their life was challenging, to say the least. What my mom dealt with was her husband, my dad, eventually became paralyzed from the waist down, and she took care of him. And she also raised 2 boys, mostly on her own because my dad was working all the time, and he'd come home on weekends or on the week during after work, and spend his time dealing with taking care of the house and all that. And he was a musician too, so for a while there he was touring with some country group around the area and over into Bakersfield. And but that ended in the course of time because of the fact that he had to stay home and deal with some of the problems that were arising from his absence. Okay, I don't really know all the details, but that's all I can recall offhand. But so she was dealing with him. Well, I think most important challenge of her time when they came to California was that he ended up getting drafted. So he was in the Philippines trying to survive while she was raising 2 boys, but fortunately his parents came out with them, and they helped my mother with her 2 boys and whatever support they had. Okay, and so, but her qualities that really impressed me most was not only her resilience, but her commitment to faith. Okay, that really made a big difference. And she was somebody that was basically reliable, and she was really the foundation for the family to lean on in the times when it got rough. And when I was born, I would have health problems right off the start, and I often spent every year in a hospital somewhere for a week or 2, and so I was always glad to see her come in when she had a chance to come and visit. Sometimes that was like 100 miles away, and anyhow. And so, not only was she resilient and strong and foundation for the family, but she was an excellent cook. And that's the one thing I really got from her. I keep trying to think when I do my own cooking, is this as good or better, or I don't know if it is or not. I don't think, some of it isn't for sure. Some may be pretty good, but I always enjoy her cooking. She was a great cook, and I don't recall any favorite meal per se. It's just she knew what she learned how to cook well. Her mother was a great cook too, and what they had was a wood stove to cook on. And at that time they had, I think all they had was electricity, yeah. No plumbing, just electricity out in where she was born. And so her mother was a great cook. And I guess she got that from her. And but she was a great cook. And so as my father started a business doing accounting and income taxes, and she ended up helping him as a primary office girl, or more, I guess office manager. They had a couple other girls work for them, and I ended up working for him as well. And so she helped carry that kind of load too, just waiting on people and meeting people and dealing with the issues they may raise that she would have to present to him. And so that was a challenge to her doing that, since she had no training in any of that kind of exchange. So he did quite well, and as my father, as business went on, they did quite well for themselves. And of course, the time my father's health started failing, and she ended up having to care for him full time, and so it was a really difficult thing handling a man who's overweight and is paralyzed, and she had to use a lift to get him out of bed into a bathtub and all that other stuff. And so it was, she did all right. And she had some help from visiting nurses, but still, the idea of that kind of challenge, it will wear anybody out. But she showed a resilience and strength, despite the obstacles and the challenges she had to face. She I think, shown that she had the grit to deal with it, and has. It didn't complain. I don't recall hearing her complain once in my whole life about anything. And so that is the one thing that really sticks out most. I think that despite all the pain, all the heartaches, all the challenges, that she managed to maintain her composure and soldier on. So those are the things that I remember about my mom that I think are important to me, and provide a kind of foundation for my own perspective. So I just want to share that with you. And as you're looking at this video, you're seeing different pictures of her. The first one is my favorite one. And so anyhow, happy Mother's Day to all of you and your families. And I hope you definitely make an effort to record the day, either by pictures or on video or what have you, because in the future, when you're older, you'll want to look back and see where you were and what was going on. It's just something that I think is important for everybody to give if they can do so. Is to take pictures of the commonplace, the house, the street, the cars, or whatever, the places you like to go to, as remembrances of those days. So anyhow, until later, see you again then. Bye.